What's up, Bulls Nation? My name's Jordan. This is just another year, Chicago Bulls, and we got some breaking news. The Chicago Bulls have officially hired their new head coach, and that would be Tiago Splitter. Thank you. We're going to talk about the new hire, his experience, his accolades, my thoughts on him, and just Tiago Splitter now being a Bull. Let's get into it. But before that, if you're excited for the new head coach and this new season of Chicago Bulls basketball, hit that like button and show the support. So, getting into Tiago Splitter's career, he's been an assistant coach and worked with player development from 2020 to 2026. And he's also spent some time as overseas head coach and also the coach for the Paris international team. But for this slide, we're going to be talking about his time with the Trailblazers. Had that 42-39 record for this previous season. He only has 81 games with the Blazers due to the whole Chauncey Billups situation going on. He didn't coach that first game of the season, but given that Blazers team that he was given the outlook for that team that was expected, he got guys developed. He got the team together. He made a playoff push for the first time in a long time for that Trailblazers franchise. He's also made their defense look a lot better than it probably would have if, say, Chauncey Billups was still there, or if someone else had been in that position to preach and teach what he did. Now, Tiago Splitter's overseas career, he went 62-31 across his combined seasons as the head coach for Paris and in the LNB Elite and the Euro League. In that LNB Elite, they won the French National Championship and the French Cup. In the Euro League, they qualified for the Euro League playoffs through the play-in. Even before his time in France, Splitter served on the international and developmental staffs for the Brazilian national team for the 23-year-olds and coached that team to a gold medal at the Global Jam tournament in 2002. And he served as the senior assistant coach for the Brazilian national team in 2021. Obviously, after that, he transitioned back to the NBA, where he served as the interim coach for the Blazers and is now your head coach of the Chicago Bulls. So he does have winning coaching experience. He has overseas coaching experience. He preaches the development of players, and he puts a winning mentality into his guys. So, what are my thoughts on Tiago Splitter? If you look back at previous video, I made a video on Tiago Splitter before even names were announced. But on our Twitter, I was even putting out stuff saying, get Tiago an interview, get this man to be the head coach. I was on the Tiago train. before names were announced for the head coaching position. I am a big fan of this hire. I think it will bring a lot of good things to this team. I think he is the best option that they had in the final four names that were listed. What he brings, in my opinion, him as a player, he played under arguably one of the greatest coaches of all time, Greg Popovich. When you're taught by Greg Popovich, you keep the knowledge that Greg Popovich preaches. You spread that knowledge. With him being the position that he was when he played and the size that he is, he can really help and push the development of guys like Modis, Noah, Miller, Leonard Miller, maybe even get something out of Pat. That would be a tough ask, but if we see something out of Pat, then Tiago Splitter's done the Lord's work. But along with that, along with getting a playoff berth out of that Trailblazers team, getting whether Denny Avdija was going to be an all-star this year with or without Splitter is another thing to be asked, but I'm sure Splitter helped in that process and was able to push him to be at that level. So I'm really excited to see the extra growth in our 3s and 4s for this upcoming season. I think it'll be big for whether it be Caleb Wilson, who it most likely will be, or Boozer that falls to that 4th pick. It'll be very big for them coming into this team and their development. I think all around, Tiago Splitter is the best candidate that they were looking at least in the Final Four. He was in my top 3 from the get-go. I love the hire. I love what Bryson Graham is doing, and I'm very excited for this upcoming season and to see that development for these guys and what this season's going to bring. So those are my thoughts about Tiago Splitter and what he's going to bring to this team, how his impact will help the development and the future years of the Chicago Bulls. But what do you guys think? Are you happy with the hire? Is Tiago Splitter the guy that you wanted out of the top 4 or the Final Four? And how long have you been on the Tiago Splitter to the Bulls train? Let me know in the comments. And with that being said, we appreciate everyone that's subscribed. If you're not subscribed, drop down there, hit the button. It's free. Hit that notification bell so you don't miss any Bulls news or updates. And we're only about 60 subs away from that 1900 goal. So we'd really appreciate the help in pushing that number up. And that's it for today. Thanks for joining and tuning in, and hope you enjoy the rest of your day, evening, afternoon, night, whenever you're seeing this.